Let's get more on this now from TRT World's editor-at-large, Copetas, who's in Paris. So let's forget about Game of Thrones. Uber looks like it's getting far more interesting. What exactly is Kalanick trying to do by bringing in former Merrill Lynch and Xerox CEOs?
I think he's trying to be the textbook illustration of the obstinacy of a donkey, to be quite blunt about it. I don't understand this. This is like the reboot of Blade Runner or the 57th installment of Star Wars. He's going back to the 80s here, bringing in Ursula Burns of Xerox and John Thain of Merrill Lynch, who used to also run the New York Stock Exchange. Makes absolutely no sense, and unless he has some kind of Baldrickian cunning plan in the background. I mean, I want to know, why would a hipster company designed to serve hipsters turn to the Xerox and Merrill Lynch gene pool in this day and age? I mean, it makes no sense to me.
Yeah, one possible answer, of course, is that they perhaps want to, or at least Travis Kalanick wants Uber to look more grown up. But let's talk about this deal with Softbank as well.
Grown up? Kalanick operates on the principle that if you would be powerful, well, pretend to be powerful. So I'm going to go to Wall Street and I'm going to get superstars from the 80s and early 90s, and oh, look at me.
Yeah.
And as the new CEO said immediately, Koroshawi, if I'm pronouncing his name correctly, says, "What are these guys doing here?"
Yeah, exactly. That is exactly what we're all wondering, isn't it? Absolutely. But let's talk about this deal with Softbank for a second. What do you make of this? What's going on with that $10 billion share sale?
Well, I think they're going to start a company called Ubersoft. It's going to sell and deliver frozen yogurt. Other than that, look, if they do this, $10 billion, that would make it the largest private stock sale ever, which is maybe why they want John Thain in on this thing. But what's curious here, and I think this again goes to Uber's workers and Uber's supporters and clients. The new CEO wants to have one share, one vote. That's what he wants to keep it. Now, Kalanick doesn't want it that way. He wants structured shares. And that's what folks like Thain and Burns like to see, where one guy might get more voting shares as preferred stock than another. It's not equitable. It's not fair. And the new CEO wants that fairness. But he has to talk to Softbank, and the reason is across the street or down the road from Uber's headquarters is another company called Lyft, and that's Uber's main competitor. And Softbank could very easily go down there and say, "Hey, we got $10 billion. We want to invest it in you. Uber's having a lot of problems. I'll have them out of business in 6 months."
But the interesting thing with Softbank, though, is that they're also funding some of Uber's rivals in Asia, which is arguably one of Uber's fastest growing markets, probably faster growing than even in America, right?
Right. So you throw the money to Lyft, you get Lyft and use the leverage that comes with that to bring into the Lyft family of transport companies Uber's competition overseas. You make a better deal than Uber looks to have done with the City of London, and you're sitting pretty. I think Softbank is controlling the playing field right now, and I think Kalanick is still living in the 1980s.
Okay, Copetas in Paris. Thank you so much.